You did. My audio just cut out. All for the stream, not for me. Hold, please. Speak.
I'm speaking. Can the stream hear me?
Hey, the stream can hear you.
Okay. How much, if any, was caught? Or am I starting from... Huh?
I have no idea.
All right. Hello. Welcome to
It was
Neon
doing
Gods.
and then it wasn't.
Anyway, where I was going though is we have a lot of shows. Join us tomorrow for Saturday night's Star Power. It's our Fate game based on shows like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or Jujutsu Kaisen. It's all anime bullshit, and we're getting kind of into sort of finale territory for this season. So come hang out with us for that. It's very dramatic. And then otherwise our schedule for this next week should be normal. I don't believe we have any cancellations. I don't know. Are they doing anything on Tuesday?
You know,
no
one told me they were canceling. As far as I know, they're still playing, but I don't know. I'd have to find out.
You can see a full lineup of our schedule if you're watching us live on Twitch, below our faces. If you're watching us on YouTube some point in the future, head to our Twitch page and you can see whatever we're doing right now. That's pretty much it. So I guess we'll just introduce ourselves and talk about who we're playing here tonight, who we are, and what we do on and off this channel, and then we'll do a recap. So I'm going first on this one. Hi everyone, I'm Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown on Twitter and Twitch. I'm here Thursdays through Mondays playing and running games. Like I said before, I run Saturday Night Star Power. I kind of brought this game into existence. And now it is off doing its own thing, like a baby bird. I've kicked out of the nest, and then I play.
Do you mean like an angsty teenager who ran away? Because that's what this
pretty
is.
much. That's probably actually closer to what it is. And that angsty bird is gonna transform into a beautiful falcon, like Animorphs. Yeah, so the...
Oh no, we play for 3 hours, not 2. We're getting stuck.
Poor Tobias.
Poor Tobias.
Boy. So yeah, that's what I do. I play in pretty much every other game on this channel, and I'll be playing one other game.
That's what I do. I thought you were talking about Animorphs.
Oh yeah, I transform into falcons via.
That's what we do.
Yeah. That's what we do. That's what we do.
And I fight weird slugworms that.
And we have very young viewers that are gonna have no fucking idea what we're talking about right now.
Well, can we just go into a brief digression in the middle of my because
please
the concept.
This stream's completely off the rails anyway.
The first Animorphs book that I ever read, did everyone on this call read Animorphs at some point or
all of
the
it?
show?
Yes, yeah. I was obsessed. Yes,
it traumatized me. Like the idea of the aliens and like them like infesting your brain and that sort of thing, like completely like ruined me as a kid. And I blame that on a lot of who I am as an adult. Scare the crap out of me. Yeah, I used to sleep.
You know what scared me?
What?
Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Specifically, egg monsters from Mars.
I slept one ear to a pillow, one ear on top of my head to keep the worms out of my head.
To keep the yerks out of your head? Yeah. Oh no!
Yeah, that was me.
Wow.
I know. So anyway, you can find me
and
here.
And it didn't work because you're an animorph.
Yeah, it didn't work because I can.
Because that's how you get animorphs.
Falcon.
Yeah.
I also will. I'm gonna bring us back on the rails. I also will be on another stream off this channel, starting at some point in the future. I haven't been given an exact timeline, but when they wrap up their mass campaign over on LB Hackamo's channel, I will be joining them when they restart D&D in the future. So hang out there because I'm there, and Savannah's going to be there, and lots of other people. So that's me, and tonight I play the Morrigan, as well as I need to remember Miranda and Nemesis. That's me.
I go next. Hi, I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets, mostly on Twitter, where you can find my streaming schedule pinned to the top of my page. I am also on this channel Thursdays through Mondays, either playing in games or running them. I currently run 2 games on this channel, one of 2 GMs who does so. Very proud of myself, because I'm glad to be back running games. But Dungeons & Dragons on Monday for Queer Chronicles of the Strixhaven Society. Val's there, Sid's there, and a couple of our other friends as well. And we're doing Magic College, and it's going great. It's almost time for fall formal. I'm very excited. And on Sunday afternoons, Duskwall's Dead, the Blades in the Dark campaign I run for Val's there and Sid's there and a couple of our friends. We play a lot of games together, turns out. Yeah, and it's a group of assassins who named themselves Bon Voyage because their lair is in a ship, so that's about all you need to know about that game. They call the boat the Blood Vessel. It's a whole thing. It was supposed to be a very dramatic, like, Dishonored-inspired game, and this is what I got. And I couldn't be more pleased. And then I play in other games, and I also play Masks, soon to be Dungeons & Dragons on Sunday nights on LB's channel. But tonight, I am playing Hela, or Hell, and also occasionally some other people. Sabrina, who hasn't super made an appearance yet, and Apollo. That's me.
Just say you're playing All Might.
Best character of the first session.
Just say you're playing All Might. It's okay. Like, we can just own up to it, I think.
Yeah. Pretty much. That's pretty much what it is.
It's the best
I
thing
never
ever.
miss an opportunity to yell very loud.
Hello. Sorry, I was doing an Apollo impression. Hi, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid. I believe I'm next. If not, I've just completely interrupted Sita. My bad. I am next. Okay, great, cool. Just making sure. Hello. Yeah, I play on here several nights a week. A lot of the games have been mentioned already. I also on Thursdays at 8:00 Eastern run our game of Urban Shadows. It's monster fucking and smooches. It's the best. I'm very excited. We're gonna start a new mystery, new thing that we're gonna be diving into next time. What could it be? I don't know. I have 8 million different rumors to just scour through and decide on that little tidbit. So it should be a lot of fun. When I'm not here, I'm over on twitch.tv/Critical Misses on Wednesdays playing some more Good Society because I fucking love this game. Yeah, that's at 8:00 Eastern over there on Wednesdays. I have a one shot coming up too, but I'll talk about that at the end. Tonight, I am mainly playing Meredith, aka Calliope. I will also occasionally play Mars. Haven't seen that one yet. Should be fun. And also Loki.
Is it me? Is it my turn? Is that?
Is you?
Tis you.
Me? Yeah, it's me. Hi, I'm John Sita. I'm brand new to the channel, but I'm having a great time of it, and it's giving me a chance to taking a moment away from some of my other favorite side projects, like slowly eating the roots of the world tree or rolling up small things into a ball that gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I do have a Twitter that you can probably find in some links, but I don't use it yet. Tonight I'll be playing Multinoma Joe / Odin / Grimnir / Farmartyr / the Allfather. He's a big fat jolly guy. I also portray the Dread Wolf Fenrir and a particularly badass rock star by the name of Fable. And yeah. Back to you, Val.
Thank you, John. I do realize that means you are going to eat yourself potentially at some point because you are playing Fenrir.
Is a self-vor, is that a niche thing? Like,
or a
that...
Boris.
I'm certain it is. It's
Okay.
2022.
Or
we have
Boris.
one game where we don't talk about Vor.
No.
Do we talk about Vor on other games?
Actually,
I
that's
do.
one topic that we really haven't gone into a lot on this channel. Let's talk about.
I'm sure
Vor.
I've
have
joked
an
about
opportunity
Vor
to
at least
explore
once on
that.
Thursday.
Probably. One of us has to have gotten eaten at some point by something.
Rob got eaten by the mimic box on
Yeah.
Monday.
Did we make a Vor joke then?
We didn't
Probably.
though. I think we were just so concerned about our little kukvaya that we didn't.
Stream, we apologize. We haven't made more Vor content for you to enjoy. If you would like us to, please text in your answers. Text 1 for yes, please, more Vor. Text 2 for yes, please, more Vor. Or text 3 for yes, please, more Vor. You can text us to 1-800-MORE-VOR.
No.
More Vor. More Vor, more Vor.
You texted to 8673,
Right.
which would be Vor on keypad.
I don't know this. I'm not a nerd.
Sorry, I'm funnier than you.
Anyway.
Look out for the first episode of my Vor podcast dropping next week.
No, remember,
we're
you're
fi-
married.
Vor's a
It's your humor.
Yes. We share
Yes.
everything.
Podcast
Exactly.
would be
Legally,
a terrible
even.
medium for Vor.
That's ASMR.
Yeah.
ASMR voring. Oh no.
Can we
Wait.
stop now?
Yes, let's
Can
just
we-
stop.
Can we end the
Let's just
stream?
stop.
We
Yeah.
can. I mean, 15
I
minutes
hope-
is a nice tight stream. We get way more YouTube views with a 15
Da-da-da-da-da. That's all, folks.
Anyone that's in chat right now, I'm so sorry.
It's been a
Alright.
day. It's been a
we
We're
should
all
do a
tired.
recap. We should recap.
Are you
what
doing the
happened last
recaps for this?
time. No, I'm not gonna do. No.
You want to just popcorn it?
Yeah, I think we just all contribute something that
I can boil it down to you. It was me getting my ass chewed for 3 fucking hours.
No, that's the Vor podcast.
I was waiting for it. As soon as Cena said it, I was like, wait. And there it is. All right.
God, I hope I
Alright,
left the mature filter on the stream.
Yeah.
And I feel like I bit off more than I could chew with that one.
Oh no.
So
Oh.
I'll start off and we'll all contribute. Yeah, we started with Joe working at his food truck with his daughter Miranda, and Miranda, right? God, we have so many M names. I can never. It is Miranda.
Miranda,
Yes,
yes.
thank you.
Yep.
Because we also have Meredith. That's gonna hurt me.
Two
Okay.
whole M names.
Okay, you can't tell me that Miranda and Meredith aren't like somewhat.
Who's
similar.
Maribeth?
Who's Maribeth? Mirabelle?
Oh, Morrigan does also start with an M.
And Morrigan. And Multnomah, even though nobody's gonna call him that.
No.
Well, that's fine. He'll call himself that. Don't worry.
But yeah, we started at the food truck, and Hell showed up, having just recently been revealed or outed as being reincarnated to the general public through a YouTube channel that his daughter set up for him, and expecting the visit. Hell had some. What'd you eat? It was ramen. You had ramen.
Ramen.
You ordered lobster
Lobster
mac and cheese, but you got
Got
ramen, which is what you really wanted.
Yeah.
You sound disappointed.
No, I'm just sort of accepting that about myself.
Yeah. And you got to have a lovely talk with your aunt,
Still weird.
cousin. We're just going with
We're
cousin.
gonna go with cousin.
Yeah.
It'd be one of those where everybody just calls each other cousin.
That's what I'm contributing. Somebody else that had something.
Then we went back to Joe's campground, and Jela and Joe had some conversation, some potential bonding. The door is at least cracked for that possibility, I think. And then, if I remember right, we cut over to the Morrigan and Meredith discussing Joe's appearance as well.
They then
Or the bitch squad,
the
as
bitch
they
squad
were dubbed.
showed up at the campsite.
Yeah.
They had a very nice conversation that wasn't at all fraught.
Nah.
It was very dry.
Everyone liked each other very much.
Everyone
I was
got
very
along
happy
great.
with Joe's decisions.
No,
Lots of
everybody gave Joe a
hugging.
bunch of shit.
Yeah, they gave Joe a bunch of shit.
Oh,
And Joe dished it back a little bit.
Joe
little.
became a little more Odin-y. Yeah, during the
Yeah.
conversation.
yeah.
He was when a
said,
little
"Poke me
get
up,
off my
just up."
lawn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little bit of that. And then freaking right after they leave, Sid has to come out and break Loki out.
Loki showed up. There was chanting.
Mm-hmm.
There was chanting.
Mm-hmm.
Loki had a mullet.
Which
Well,
I
he
would
does
always say,
have
yeah.
a mullet.
Yeah.
It's very important to the plot.
Extremely. That's going to come all the way back around in like 5 sessions. Just you wait.
If it doesn't, I'll be upset.
Yeah.
I feel cheated.
Meredith went to one of Fable's shows and Apollo and Nemesis showed up.
Yes.
And everyone loved that. Especially Meredith.
Yeah, and they began to discuss the
Olives.
workings of what?
Olives.
Olives.
They did briefly talk
did
about
talk- they
olives
did talk
and
about
how
olives.
many of them Meredith takes. in her
Maybe more
martinis.
importantly, the other members of the Pantheon.
That was extremely important.
Okay.
It's
maybe
the part that
slightly
Apollo
less
was mentally
important-
present for.
Maybe slightly less important. Apollo and Nemesis would be overseeing the trial of Odin for breaking their the pact, the covenant that all the gods had agreed to, and showing up for the start of the new cycle. So that's where we left off last time. So I think we're gonna do our we decided that would be the end of our first chapter. Keep it kind of short for our first one. And we'll see where things go from there. So let's go ahead and do our. Is it upkeep for this one? It's not called upkeep.
I don't think
It's
we're
just
at
the-
Upkeep's
yet.
the and. Yeah.
So first would be reputation. So we have some different rules for reputation here. All of us are going to decide whether we gained a positive or negative reputation tag by asking ourselves the following questions. So you would get a positive tag if you upheld the ideology of your domain in a way that compromised your desires, or made an impact on the public in the face of significant adversity. I don't think we got too much of an impact on the public in this last chapter. There wasn't too much dealings there. Negative tag would be acted on your desires in a way that goes against the ideology of your domain, or caved to adversity for the sake of saving face. Does anyone have any ideas what theirs gained? You can also say, if you don't feel like either one really applied, we have in the past set the precedent that you can just say it was a wash. You didn't get a positive or a negative.
I have a thought.
Sure.
Because I think Hela definitely went sort of desires first. I don't think it compromised their ideology. I think it might have compromised some of their relationships with the rest of the Pantheon a teeny bit.
Do we want to say that
I don't know if that counts.
that compromising the Pantheon is equivalent, like going against the Pantheon is equivalent to compromising your domain? Because that would be kind of the closest. We made up these rules, so I'm okay tweaking them on the fly
We
too.
did make up these rules. I think that could be part of it. I'm kind of playing. You know how I do with rules, and it's don't read them, barely follow them. So
I'm fine with going with that.
Helped
That you
write
can
these.
consider the ideology of your domain or the Pantheon.
oh, I forgot to freaking pull up thesaurus.com.
How are we supposed to play the game without thesaurus.com, Savvy?
Make a freaking emote for the channel. It's just a thesaurus. Okay.
Thesaurus.com, future sponsor of our show.
I want to go with. What do I want to go with?
So what if I say positive tag, upheld the ideology of your domain or protected the pantheon in a way that compromised your desires?
Yeah.
And the negative tag would be acted on your desires in a way that goes against the ideology of your domain or put the pantheon at risk. Okay.
Yes.
You know, that last line.
Sound familiar?
Did
I don't
that
feel
did
like
that
I want
hit
to
home?
get through a session without earning that one.
Yeah.
Well, and that it makes sense too, because the positive and negative tags are kind of like the way that others are going to act towards you, because that's gonna those are essentially like the descriptors that the people close to you are going to use to describe you in a very like broad sense. So
I think I definitely earned a negative tag for just my lack of presence in the preceding years.
You are very clearly acting on your desires in a way that puts the pantheon at risk, I think. And that's kind of like, so you will have to deal with the fact that like during play, if you want to get some of those positive tags, to get some of those positive conditions, then come up with narrative reasons. So like, well, maybe Joe is focusing on like, okay, I gotta like suck up or save face or do something to like get more people on my side so I can get what I want in the end.
Embodying my domain would also pull that, right?
Yeah. If you upheld your domain, then in a way that compromised your desires, then you would do that. So
cool.
Okay, so anybody else have any thoughts? I think
I'm just trying to come up with a word.
Okay, where are you in? Like, let's talk about words.
I'm halfway between fickle and adversarial.
Fickle.
Because I think adversarial is too strong. But I'm trying to come up with, like, basically the whole session just took whoever's side was going to get them the farthest until somebody else made a better point.
Yeah, I think fickle is what I would go with.
Because it was definitely on Joe's side until, like, Joe started throwing some shit and then was like, now wait a second.
Hey now.
You're an all-star.
Get that game on.
2 types of people. I'll go with fickle. For me. Oh, I'm gonna rack up so many tags in this one. Sid's gonna be angry with me.
Just spend them.
I get so many tags and don't use them.
Just spend them, damn it.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna get all 4.
My eye doesn't twitch when people have all filled and don't spend them or anything. It's fine. It's totally fine.
I'm gonna add fickle to my negative tags.
Yeah. I'll be perfectly honest, like Meredith is still going about her day and like still going and repping her people and like spreading their, creativity and inspiration and everything in light of everything going on. I'm gonna say I'm pulling a positive on that one. She's still spreading the creation around. What's a good word for that? She persevered. Let's see.
I like that. Persevered.
Find a good word. Persevering.
Riven.
Enduring.
Enduring is good too. Stalwart.
I was literally just about to say stalwart.
I like stalwart. I think stalwart is what
it's
we're
like
going.
unchanging.
Yeah. I'm gonna go
You've
stalwart.
already got inflexible. It's the good kind of inflexible.
Exactly. Stalwart.
Is selfish perhaps for Joe?
You go with the negative tag, yeah.
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 And I think if it's like other people's perception, especially of that act, I think it's probably selfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I think that works. It feels weird to say, be like, am I yeah, that was selfish. That was definitely
That was so
selfish.
selfish. Yeah, definitely selfish.
So for the Morrigan, I definitely think that they upheld the desire of their domain, or was focused on protecting the Pantheon, is whether that compromised their desires, because I think that was actually pretty in line with their desires at that point, because their chief desire above anything right now is to see a member of the Pantheon unseated. I don't know if that's Joe, though. Like, I don't think that's Joe that the Morrigan wants out.
We should team up and get rid of Loki.
I'm gonna say commerce their desires because I'm thinking because I've done a little bit of thinking about what that means. Like, I think the Morrigan wants a member of the Pantheon out because does not like how, because we have an even number right now, and so it's probably very hard for us to make decisions as a group. And specifically, like, and I know that seems petty, but in the sense of like godly decisions, having an even number, having that ability to make a split and not being able to like continue to make progress and continue to move things forward and see fates and destinies met, and just seeing things like stagnated is probably very frustrating to them. So like probably knows that somebody needs to go, and probably has an idea of who she wants out, and maybe that's not Joe. So I'll go with that. What I want that tag to be, though.
Did you say this was positive or negative? I missed
Positive.
it in your great description. Okay.
It'd be positive.
I got so caught up in what you were saying. I forgot about the rules.
Definitely positive. I think it's more of like, it's almost like a form of like ruthlessness and like it's kind of
tenacious.
Doing something that you know is right, despite it, that's for the better good, despite it maybe disenfranchising somebody that you like.
Wiley?
It's not exactly where I'm going.
Resolute.
Almost like it's almost like self-sacrificing, but not really. It's
Thesaurus.com.
yeah, I'm gonna have to look.
Self-effacing. Incorruptible.
That's closer.
Stoic?
Stoic sounds good. Because, yeah, I was kind of keeping on that, like...
Persistent.
Indomitable.
Ooh.
Indomitable.
That's just fun to say.
Indomitable.
I think I'll
want to say
go with...
indubitably. Indomitable.
Inimitable.
Yeah, I'll go with Indomitable.
Original. The one thing in life you can control.
Why?
Sid went with me.
I
Sid
did.
got on the train.
I got on. It was a great ride.
I am the one thing in life I can control.
Okay, yeah, we're that's
I
all
am
Hamilton
inimitable. I am an
Cola.
original. It's my favorite
Oh,
song.
boy. Okay,
It's
so that's our first bit. So everybody got their reputation. Is anyone at 3? I would assume not, because we
No.
just started. No?
But what if I can't count?
Then we need to talk.
That's why you're gonna make a bad animorph.
Yeah. Okay, trending topics, which is the replacement for our rumors and
Fucking forgot about
scandals.
rumors.
So everybody is going to come up with or spread a rumor. So we're going to have a list of trending topics. It's in the same Excel document that we've got our characters on, and essentially this is a rumor that is going around that something that is blowing up on, or I think we're saying that essentially it is, if it's on there, the trending topics are just kind of like vaguely in the social media. If they get spread, they're like viral. This is something that anyone who goes on like social media is going to see, and is much more believed to be true. So with that in mind, does anyone have any who would like to go first for trending topics? And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to stick to my rule of only
making
creating them and never
and not
spreading
them.
It's just something I've done since our very first session of Good Society.
Yeah. They've never broken it either.
No.
You've always just created shit.
Yeah.
I think you have to keep it up. I do.
Yeah.
We'll give you a moment. You think of something.
I'm looking at our characters.
Now these are rumors. These are for the humans.
These would be something that, this is something that existing on social media. So
Okay.
would be spread by humans. Humans know about the Pantheon. And we can go like, I mean, obviously if we do a rumor that like somebody saw Bigfoot, like that doesn't necessarily break the veil. Like,
No, people say they saw Bigfoot all the time.
yeah.
And we do need to keep up the tradition of having a Bigfoot in literally every single one.
All right, that's gonna be
of
our
our
first
Elegant
one.
series.
Are we doing doing two? Is that what we usually do?
Yeah, we go around. Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna do our first one so we keep the tradition.
Yes. Sita, just so you know, we've had a Bigfoot and consenticles in literally every single version of
The
our
word stresses
Elegant
me.
Stream-o-matic universe.
I love me some
Consenticles?
sponsors, man. I live in Portland. There's see an image of Bigfoot every 40 feet in this city.
I'm gonna say, wait, what are the name of our god? I almost started going with an. I almost said Aries. It's not right. It's Mars. But I'm not gonna
You
go with Mars.
rebranded.
I'm gonna go with Loki.
Rebrand.
Please don't. That's my dad.
During
Be
why is
weird
that
if you guys
crossed
dated.
out? I'm gonna date your dad, maybe. All right. During a performance in Vegas, Loki summoned a
Sasquatch.
let's God, I guess if I can't spell Sasquatch, can somebody help me with that?
SAS.
Squatch.
Quatch.
Like squat.
You
but
got it.
Yeah.
Summoned a
wrong?
Sasquatch with
You're not wrong.
tentacles.
That's how I remember how to. With tentacles.
Oh, we're putting them both in.
Another
Now-
dimension.
You have put out into the universe now that Loki is also a performer of some kind.
Yep.
What he do?
I don't know. That's why I kept it vague.
What does Loki do? Now
I
I
don't
gotta
know.
think about that.
Loki revived like a
I'll go with
really
show.
weird
You know, I'll
version
just
of
make it vague and
Jackass.
saying during a show in Vegas. Doesn't mean
I'm
that
Loki.
100%.
This is Jackass.
Loki
This is
might not have
Jackass
had been-
2.0.
Yeah. Just during a show, Loki might not even have been performing. You get to make that decision. But during a show in Vegas, Loki summoned a Sasquatch with tentacles from another dimension.
Yes.
And now the pact has been fulfilled. All right, so somebody can either create whoever goes next can either create a new one, or they can spread that one. And we're all gonna either create. We have two goes to either
Everybody
create or
goes
spread.
I have one.
Okay.
do it.
I think there's a small faction somewhere of Hela's followers that are claiming to be vampires. Because that's, I would.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
100%.
Val, are you typing all these? Oh, okay.
Yes, I am. I'm putting these in.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right. That's 2.
Rumored that Hela can turn people into vampires, raise people, and they become vampires. I don't know.
Sure.
I like
There's
it.
people saying it.
It's not me. I'm not saying it, but I heard. There's a rumor going around that after several years of a wonderful working relationship, Fable is secretly shopping around for new representation.
All right, I'm new to this whole concept, so I think what I'm going to do is spread the rumor about Fable for this first go around. Give myself a little more time to think.
Okay. You can do it. So now that a rumor's been spread, like I said, it is in the fiction of the game. It just means that is more widely known, that more people believe it to be true. It also means that at some point during play, we can spend that the same way that we would a token to have something like accomplished in the scene. So if it relates to the scene that we're in some way, somebody can spend it as like a positive token to make something happen.
It also doesn't have to be true, just for clarity.
No, we're not necessarily saying this is 100% true.
We're just saying a lot of people are saying it.
Yeah. Typically, I think we've always gone with once they're spread, we're making them true. But
just because it's been fun.
Yeah. And if something is not spread, so we'll do rumors now, and we'll do rumors again after the next. We'll do rumors after every chapter. If any of these are not spread by the end of the next rumors phase, then they'll go into fading, which means that if
we don't spread them, they then go away.
Yeah, they go away. All right. So Sid, I think you're the only one that hasn't. No, you did. Okay, yeah, that's 4. So it's me 4. Again. Okay, I went extra dimensional on my first one. Let's go a little more
terrestrial.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, why not? A shadowy government agency.
You always with the shadowy.
I gotta go with the shadowy agencies. That's my thing. Is trying to capture / study the gods.
It's like a fun game where I'm trying to guess the next word you're gonna say.
To use
study the Sasquatch. No. Study.
Ooh.
Letters are RFTL.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with.
I got one.
Do it.
Meredith's agency is about to go bankrupt.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hela probably spread that one for fun.
Okay, hold on, let me do this.
What? You're in the news again. Congratulations.
All doing the strike through.
Free publicity.
Okay.
All publicity is good publicity.
So we got 2 more. So Sid and Sita.
Jela's a fake.
Who? What did you say?
Me.
That Hela is a fake?
Yep.
I like that.
Yep. That it's all that just a normal mortal person. It's all just smoke and mirrors.
Yes.
Actually, and maybe I did this anyway, but are these things that our characters are consciously
aware of
or doing, right? Like these rumors that we're talking about, is this our characters?
We are not. Yeah, these are not our characters spreading.
This is more of us as like being a group DM role and kind of shaping.
Yeah,
this is a world building
much happier
section.
saying it.
This is somebody out there on the internet is putting that out. Or I mean, it could be.
That's great. Joe would actively be trying to stomp out the rumor that he just said, probably.
Yeah.
But,
these are not rumors that our characters are creating.
I don't know, Joe. You'd have to come to one of my shows to find out for sure.
Okay, I'd be more than happy to.
Punk. All right, Sid.
Hell is kind of the worst.
No, she's not. And I want the vampire thing to happen. So I'm going to spread the vampire thing.
That's one of those things where it's a rumor and then Hella's just like, I mean, I could do that if you want, but like, I feel like you're not really thinking about the consequences here.
All right. So those are spread. The rest of them. So if I'm understanding right, they go into fading now and then they're crossed off next time, or do we just put them in fading next time when we
put them in fading next time and they're crossed off? Yeah.
Okay.
In the same thing. So like fading is just a stand-in term for this is done now.
This is gone.
Right?
Yeah. Yes. And you could start a new rumor that's like equivalent, but you'd have to spend the time to start the new rumor. So yeah, they still could be spread. Like. Exactly. They could still be like these. We could still spread the next
later.
Time, so.
You just have to start them up again.
And there's no like levels of shrinking either. It's just, you know, it's 2022. The media moves fast once it's out.
Exactly.
Yeah. It works really well. Yeah, in like
that's why we renamed them trending topics.
Yeah, in regular good society, it's rumors and scandals, and so it's just like gossip around town because we're dealing with like Victorian or Regency era like gossip along a village.
We're doing
like a lady whistle down.
Yeah, but yeah, here we're talking about social media, in which case I think it works exactly the same. So it'll be gone from the next news cycle if it doesn't get spread enough. Okay, and then the last thing that we do is our DMs, which is the reskinning of letters. Which is when so I got to come up with a new song for this because it's not going to be the peppy letters. We've got letters.
Oh no, it can't be. What? There's got to be.
I know when the hotline bling.
Oh my god.
You guys remember Drake?
Oh yeah.
Hey fellow kids.
Hey there.
You guys remember Drake?
Kids?
Is he still doing anything? Is he on the new Degrassi?
Yeah, we'll come with a new song.
I'm crumbling.
So we're doing DMs now. Brought to you by T-Pain. In this one, we write in Good Society, you write a letter from one of your characters to another character. Here, this is going to be like DMs, text messages, emails that we are sending as one character to another character. It can be your main character. It can be one of the connections that you play, and you can write them to anyone, including yourself, if you really want to. But because that has happened before.
That has happened before.
But yeah, you can send them to whoever. And this is just like what's going on between the action, behind the scenes. So, who wants to start? And we're all doing one, right? Is it one or two?
Two.
All right, we all do two.
So dejected.
Fine, we have to do two of them.
I've got one.
Do it.
Go for it.
Do it.
From...
You won't.
This is not a text. This is a
voicemail.
This is an actual letter. No, I was trying to think of something less personal, but
skywriting.
Yeah.
billboard,
Get a plan.
commercial.
Forum letter.
The more words you say at me, the longer it's going to take for me to figure out the damn word I was trying to say.
Craigslist ad.
This is a Craigslist ad. No, I actually had an
Misconnection.
idea for a Craigslist ad, which is probably going to be my second one. This is a Twitter DM. It's a little more impersonal than a text, on purpose from Hella to Nemesis. And it's like 4 or 5 separate lines. But it's from Hella's professional account because Nemesis has probably blocked the other one. This is toxic. And it just is a couple of lines that says like, hey. Heard you're heading up the trial. Fun times. Let's get a drink and chat. Black heart emoji. That's it.
Okay. I was gonna have Nemesis write something to Hella, so I figured I can just do mine and build off of that.
Sure.
I think does she reply to it or does she message in another format back? She doesn't want to reply to your professional account.
Smoke signals, but it's a vape cloud.
Yeah. You find it burned into your arm in the morning now.
God, RJ, get out of here.
I think I did that to RJ in the last.
You might have, yeah.
Yeah. I think you get a voicemail. Like the phone rings, you let it go. You see it's Nemesis, and it goes to. I think it like rings once and immediately goes to voicemail. Like she doesn't want to actually talk to you, but she's leaving the voice message, so you can exactly get her tone in this moment. And she says, "Hello. You really slid into my DMs through your professional account to ask for a drink. I don't even know where to begin with that one. I assume this has something to do with your grandfather. But fine. I'm amused to see whatever you have to propose to me this time. This will just be a drink, nothing more. Tuesday at the Black Rock Bar, 9 p.m. I assume you remember the place. See you then. And it hangs up.
She scares me.
She sounds hot. Sorry.
So that.
Sid, you want to go next or me?
If you have one, go for it.
I think I got one. Jela, what's the best way for a fan to contact you?
I think Hella has set up they definitely have a P.O. box for like fan mail and stuff. And then I think they have probably set up like, you know those, I don't remember what exactly they're called, but you can set up those like Google phone numbers that will forward to your phone, but so you don't have to put like your phone number out there. I think she's got like a fan line where people can like call and like text and stuff, and she just has them sent to like another phone, so if she wants to go in there and like go through them.
then you get a message from, let's say, Miranda Odinson, Odin's daughter, with the DOTTR, Odin's daughter. And it says, I'm really glad I got to meet you. You didn't have to stand up for my dad that way. You seem really cool. And then like a series of teenage blushy face, happy, kissy face emojis and stuff like that. And then a bunch of hearts at the end.
Is this from Odin pretending to be Miranda?
Oh, wait, no, that's right. I don't play Miranda. I can't do that. Yeah, no,
I was like,
that's what I was like,
game?
Oh boy,
what game are you playing?
Well, shucks. That's an idea. Okay, no, I gotta back that up.
I was actually going to send a letter from Miranda to Ella, so
perfect.
I will elaborate on what I was going to send.
So. Then I actually did think of a second one, so that's going to be my first one while I'm thinking the second one. Near whatever fucking biker bar that Fenrir is hanging out at, he's outside smoking a cigar, and a raven lands at his feet with a scroll in its claws, and it just flies off. And the scroll, when he unravels it, just said, "It's beginning." And yeah, that one is that's from Odin to Fenrir.
Love it. Sid, what's your first one?
My first one. Apollo gets a voicemail. It's gonna be really tough. Okay. Here we go. Apollo, bro! What the hell? Why is it taking this long for me to hear about this? He's back? Whoa! All right, cool. Let me know where we're all figuring out, and like I'll be there. It'll be fucking great! All right. It's Mars, by the way. All right, cool. Yeah, peace, bye.
I'm so angry.
Are Apollo and Mars,
that's what you get for calling him Mars.
They're oh my god, are they frat
That's
bros?
what you get.
They're fraternity brothers.
They're fraternity brothers.
Oh no.
And maybe actual brothers? No one's sure.
I'll do a lot of defending the Romans, especially to Sid, but I hate it, but she nailed that on the fucking head.
She kind of nailed
the difference between Ares and Mars. It would be that the Roman one's a frat bro. Yeah. Well played. I hate you.
I know.
Well, okay.
So that happened.
Yeah. Savannah, you want to go next?
Yeah. Because I'm going to send one to myself.
I've completely taken the wind out of Belle's sails. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I'm not sorry.
I'm going to send a text to one of my other characters.
It's gonna happen much more in this game because we're all playing two characters, I think. So we just need to get used to the sending that.
Apollo gets a text from a number he doesn't have saved in his phone. And the message just says, "Hey, it was really nice to see you the other night, and I've been thinking maybe we should go out sometime and catch up." And it's just accompanied by a picture that Hella has of Meredith.
Oh no. Oh no.
Gangsta shit flying around right now.
Did you just catfish me?
No, I just catfished me.
Yeah, you just catfished yourself.
I just can't. Congratulations, you catfished yourself.
Okay.
Welcome to Jackass.
Welcome.
Get to Jackass.
So I'm gonna do what I was gonna do.
I'm the titular
building
Jackass.
building off of what Sita's idea was. I think Hella, you get a like a small like care package that Meredith has put together from some of like the favorite like ingredients and stuff they use for at the truck, and a it's almost like, I would say it's almost like the Blue Apron box, like little ingredient, like this is our ramen recipe sort of thing. Like how this is how you can put it together. Here's the best like locally sourced ingredients that we have in Portland, and
Aw.
and accompanying it is a very is a little message, a little letter in the box that says, "Hey, cuz, that's probably weird. Hi, Aunt. No, hey."
Just crossed out a bunch.
It's just like lots of little crossed out parts. It's I need to remember Miranda. It was really nice to meet you. Please come by the truck anytime you like. I'll make sure that I've got some ramen for you. I sent this. I don't know if you cook or if you have people that do that for you, but either way, here are the ingredients that we use, and this is this and the recipe. I hope you enjoy it. We do a lot of work in picking out the best vendors for our. You don't need to hear any of this, but it was very nice to meet you. Thanks for not killing my dad. I will see you next time.
You did such a much better job.
What'd you say?
Oh, yeah, that was such a much better job. You knocked that right out of the park.
So that's Miranda's.
She's an angel, and I would die for her. If anything happens to Miranda, I will kill everyone and then myself.
Well, that would definitely break the covenant. I am just saying.
Oh man, if we had like a greatest fear category for this game, that would be Joe's just 100% hands down. Something bad would happen to her.
Hi, Raiders.
Won't let it happen.
Second message.
Hi, Raiders.
Hello.
Hello.
Which second one?
Second message from one of mine is, if we'll allow it, it's coming from Fable to Meredith, but it's not really from Fable. It's from Fable's girlfriend or a groupie, a main groupie or something like that. And it's middle of the night, drunken and hateful. Calling you like a hussy and saying you stay away from him. And I don't know what that was on stage the other night, but you better stay away, yada, 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 yada. Horribly spelled, just it's,
Oh no.
you can tell. You've seen her once or twice. She looks young, like she was very drunk and making some mistakes, but also super mean and out of place.
Good. Yes. Excellent.
Well, Sid, you're the last one left.
I am.
It's Bully Meredith Day.
You've just gotten. No, you didn't get the one. That was to Apollo. That's right. I was like, gotten two very.
Oh yeah, you
weird
don't know
messages.
yet.
Yeah.
No, I don't know yet. I don't know yet. That's okay.
I'm just setting myself up for later.
Yeah, this comes at like 3 a.m., right? Meredith gets up, just goes into like her morning routine anyway. If it's 3 a.m., it's like an hour and a half before she normally wakes up anyway. Gets her routine done, just packing down a smoothie, goes back, immediately does extensive research on this young woman, figures out like where she went to school, if she went to any secondary education. I'm going to go ahead and say that she went to school for like 2 years as an English major and then dropped out. And so she will use her resources to go ahead and send a message to a contact of hers who may have an opening in a creative writing program and ask them to reach out specifically to this young woman as soon as possible. Nods to herself and goes about her day.
Man, that's not where I thought that was going until the very end.
She's the goddess of inspiration. This young woman obviously has some drive, some passion,
and too much free time.
That too. And regardless, I mean, aside from some of the, spelling errors, seems like, she has a way with words.
There was a moment there where I thought you were going to have them reach out with like edits and corrections onto the like.
Your is you are apostrophe R-E.
I thought that was going to go so mean, and that was actually kind of nice.
I mean, it is twofold. It also means that she's not going to be hanging around Fable much anymore if she actually goes to the program.
We'll see. All right. Well, that is the end of our interstitial stuff. So we will get back into another volume of our game. What do we want to do this time? We can go ahead and like kind of set it up and then maybe take our break, and then we'll come back to like dig into the whatever we want to do. So what do we want to do this time? So where things are kind of hanging out, we have this like amorphous kind of like trial. The gods are kind of like getting together, trying to figure out where they stand on all of this. I don't know if we want to do like a couple of the ideas I had where we can either do more like visitation scenes, people going to talk with people and seeing where all that goes. We can do some sort of pre-trial gathering where everybody gets together and discusses like what's going to be happening and like what the rules are going to be, when it's going to take place, who needs to be there, like that sort of stuff. Or we can do something else.
I know I wanted to do at least a flashback today.
Or yeah, we can do some flashbacks.
Down for some flashbacks.
Oh no, all of those sound fun.
Can we do all of those
things?
What if we we could kind of combine them into one, because we don't want to do the trial yet, because I think that's gonna be a big thing.
Yeah.
That's like, I think there needs to be some more build up to that. Maybe we do some sort of convergence of the gods. They're all coming to their god dimension wherever we have our meetings at, and so everybody is there. We can figure out what that looks like, where it is, what our hangout, what our clubhouse looks like, and we can do some little like interactions between people that maybe we haven't seen interact yet, and then maybe use that to like proc some flashbacks and stuff too.
Yeah, that would be good for some like relationship building.
Yeah. You kind of see some of these dynamics that we haven't really seen in play yet. So we can do that a little bit more before we start getting, because I think that'd be good to set up before maybe jumping back into some of the more like human elements of it. We can do it in the future chapters and like us as celebrities.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have some time. Let's figure out first like, what is this place? How do we get there? What does it look like? Like that sort of stuff. What do we call it? Because I assume we don't call it like
the clubhouse,
Valhalla, or Olympus or something like that, because that would be like somebody's turf.
Yeah, it's got to be neutral ground.
I mean, maybe God, I mean, maybe we just call it neutral ground. I know that seems almost like a cop out, but it defies putting a word to something and then nobody can own, like have any kind of ownership over the name of a place. It's just called neutral ground or something like that.
What if we called it like limbo?
I also like that.
Because that like applies a element of like neutrality.
Mm-hmm. The space between.
The space between. So
Can we say that it's got a bunch of names? Maybe it's just we use limbo the most. Perhaps we could also call it maybe like the astral plane or something.
yeah, there's probably different, the celestial plane. I think it probably has a lot of names, but the one there are a couple that we kind of agree to. Like nobody goes and is like, let's hang out in Olympus and stuff, because that would really piss off the people that were non-Greek deities.
There's power in names.
And I imagine this is so we can talk about our description of it a little bit. Is we were kind of imagining this as an extra dimensional space. So it's not just one room. This is like a palace or a world in of itself.
Do we physically have to be in the same place to all go there, or do we go into some weird trance state in all of our different locations and show up there?
That's what I was wondering. So we could go super we could go the door to get into limbo is at the top of the Empire State Building or something like that. Like Percy Jackson.
At the biggest ball of twine.
Yeah.
Full American Gods, go some random ass place in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, we can just say it's the location moves around between cycles and there's just one random location.
Do we have to go find it?
Maybe it's something we're all drawn to. It's it's something we all know its location. We just have to get there.
Okay.
So
I think
I like the idea of moving around.
Did you guys convene without Joe?
I imagine we had to at some point.
We probably convened and waited for Joe to show up, and he didn't.
Yeah.
So we're I guess he's not here yet.
Probably what kicked it off.
Yeah. And we've all probably been waiting and showing up at regular intervals every year or something, waiting for Odin to return. It just never happened. And then we see the social media post, and that's where all the drama has picked up now. Is oh, he's been here. We're not going to run into a teenage Odin somewhere. He's 40 something and has a kid, and what the fuck, Dad?
You guys imagine Odin but 13 and shitty.
Yeah.
To go back to the question of whether we have to physically be there, I think we do.
Yeah, I think if there's an
that's
opening
part
somewhere.
of the evening the playing field of everybody has to show up. You can't project into it.
Maybe there's a car dealership in Utah, and we all have to go in through the back door there. Someplace we're gonna do someplace that's super not glamorous, just some random place, or we can do
a truck stop on Route 66.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just go with something random like that.
I'm down for that.
But everybody has to actually
It's not because
show up.
if it changes every time, it's not something that we're going to spend a lot of time turning into a big palace or something. It's just there's a truck stop, there's a door in it. If we walk through that door, we go in. Immortals can walk through it, fine. They don't go anywhere. If we walk through it, we go to limbo.
I dig it.
I like that. Okay. So the one thing I wanted to put is because this is this would probably be what mortals would refer to as the home, it is Olympus and that sort of thing. Is because this is where at some point rumors got started that there was some sort of home of the gods. That's where mortals got the concept of like heaven and all that kind of shit. I'm imagining where a lot of this came from. It's just like where the gods go, and we want to be there too, even though we can't get there. So
Oh God, have the mortals figured out kind of where it is, or like at least where it travels to, and do they like do a fucking like Coachella?
I don't think so. I'd imagine
situation?
that this is probably something that we keep to ourselves. That's something, the drama we could play with later on, but maybe we start with, like, my thought would be maybe this is something we've kept to ourselves so we don't have to deal with that shit. Because
Sorry, I
otherwise,
just
like,
thought about the Facebook event where everybody was just gonna run into Area 51 because
Yeah.
catch all of us.
'cause that, I
Yes.
imagine that'd be our fear, is like, if we tell anyone about it, like, the government's gonna show up and like break this, like disassemble this place and take the door that we go through and bring it to like Area 51 so they can study it. Like,
We won't be able to
Well,
get
now
it
it just
until
became
moves somewhere
Monsters
else.
Inc. God damn it! And then they
Yeah.
take the door, and we have to go power up the door. Damn it!
yeah, exactly. With nightmare energy or whatever it was that,
Yeah.
Yeah, so we probably play that one pretty
Screams.
close to the vest.
yeah.
Arrived in disguise.
Yeah, so maybe we arrive subtly, or at least as subtle as we can be.
We all dress as maintenance people, and no,
And we paint
Never
the name of
gonna
the company on
happen.
the side of the van.
yes.
So the question I was like, is this like an interior place? Like, this is some sort of extra dimensional like mansion that we've built out and remodeled over the years, and all of us have our own wing to it essentially, and like,
I like the idea that it's a huge house and it's just a big mishmash of rooms because everybody's like style is so different.
yeah,
I like that.
okay, very
we
like
got a room
Encanto.
there. We leave the light on for you.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Maybe
okay,
the-
we're not
Maybe
bringing
not
Tombo
necessarily
Dead
like
in.
the layout of the room, but maybe like the exact nature of the rooms and the design of the rooms shift.
To whatever we want them, like whatever
Yeah.
our desire is at that point. It's like based on our
It's
will.
like a higher realm, like almost a realm of thought, you know,
Yeah.
where these gods exist. Well, the Robin Williams movie, What Dreams May Come.
Oh,
You guys ever see that?
Yeah.
And the way that the afterlife was kind of handled, it was just the sort of the inside of your mind turned inside out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a place where we have like ultimate control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Tom Bodett is Hermes.
Can't.
No.
Okay. All right. All right. So yeah, that'll be where.
Did you just write down that Tom Bodett is Hermes?
No, I did not. I wrote down something
Dang it.
else.
Spend a token. Spend a
Can
token.
I spend a
Make it
token to
happen.
make Tom Bodett Hermes?
You can spend a token. Okay, you know what? Yeah, if you want to spend a token to make your third connection Hermes and make it Tom Bodett.
Wait, do I
Then-
do Tom Bodett or do I do the Travelocity guy that looks like your dad?
Nobody knows his name though.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I'll do Tom Bodett because I know who that is. I'm spending a token.
Right. So you're gonna take your third connection and make it Hermes. Wait, so is Hermes now the ninth member of the Pantheon? Because that screws over everything. If now we're at an uneven number again.
I think he's a neutral party.
Okay. If we add any more gods at this point, they're not part of the Pantheon.
No, I
They're
think
not
he's
part of
like
the
an
decision-making
outside,
body.
like a
They're
neutral
just-
party.
Okay.
Well, and
The
our
actor's
story's-
name is Tim Williams, by the way.
Our story's not necessarily constrained by the normal flow of time either. So I don't feel like adding in a new god is necessarily dangerous to the current.
Yeah, well, I think
layout,
we're
assuming
agreeing
that
that
god
they're
is gone at some point before now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and even still, like, I think we've agreed that even if there were or are other gods out there, that they are not part of this, like, pact that we have made. Like, there might be other ones out there, because you've mentioned, like, Baldur and Thor and stuff like that at this point. Like, there may be others out there. They are not part of this decision-making body. Their power is not at the same level as the 8 of us are.
Wow.
So
Cool.
just making sure. I think just agree to that as our ground rule, so it doesn't like mess with anyone's plans as we go. Specifically mine.
I put down that he's a messenger of the gods and keeper of limbo because he leaves the light on for you.
He's our butler.
No.
He's our Tombo Dad.
He's our... What's the word? Major domo.
Okay.
My brain was
But he's
screaming
He's a
legerdemain.
connection. He's not a major domo. He's a minor domo.
It's a minor domo.
But
He's here. That's my
Okay.
connection. Worth it.
Perfect.
Worth every
Great.
token. He doesn't ever have to show up. I'm just happy knowing he's there.
Okay. He's there now.
Thank you.
We gotta decide who's gonna play him.
Do you
He's
regret not
actually-
having
he's-
a DM yet?
Have I what?
Do you regret not having a dedicated GM yet?
Not yet. We'll get there.
I actually like the idea. No one plays him. I just like the idea of that he was just in the room because the light is on and you just hear a
Yeah.
And he's gone.
All right. Let's go ahead and take our break here.
Spent enough time talking about Tombo Dead.
Yeah, we have. We've for one lifetime. So yeah, we're gonna take our break here. We'll come back to begin this this volume of our story here. So stay tuned. Go use the bathroom, get a drink, whatever you need to, and we will see you back here very shortly. Welcome back, internet. I'm gonna love this bit of Sita doing something different every time. in freeze frame.
And the sound works this time.
Yay! You can hear it.
hey,
Fucking
We're gonna jump back
professional.
into it. Thanks for the raid, y'all. We actually just missed some of our like interstitial stuff. We're playing Good Society. In case we haven't said, a very hacked version of it. So we've just had our interstitial stuff, and we decided where we're going to pick up in our next chapter or volume of our story here is we've all had a little bit of intrigue, and our Odin has returned to us, has apparently been around for a while and never let any of us know, breaking the covenant that we had set that we'd all meet up at the start of each one of our cycles, and that we are reincarnated, and we're gonna have a pre-trial meeting amongst all the gods in Limbo, which is off of in a truck stop off of Route 66.
This time.
And we're gonna talk it out a little bit. So who wants to start us off? Like, what's this opening scene here? Does anyone have any ideas?
I mean, if anybody's gonna kick off like an all god meeting, it's probably Apollo.
So do we want to say this is like I'm imagining like the entrance to Limbo. So, like dusty highway and stuff, like rickety old truck stop. Around the back, there's a door to one of the bathrooms, or the only bathroom for the truck stop. And but inside that is like the gods go through. There's this brilliant white light, and maybe like maybe there's like an entry hall area that everybody like is like the common space, like big majestic white pillars, no like maybe not even a ceiling, and just this like celestial sky above, and maybe again, it's a realm of thought, so we reform it like for whatever we need in that moment this space to be. So maybe it's just like a big circular table with a seat for each of us. Yeah.
And a dog bed for Fenrir. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I'm imagining like somebody focuses that into existence, and like as Fenrir walks up, maybe just like I imagine Loki or somebody doing something shitty like that.
Does Fenrir count as part of the pantheon?
No, it's not part of this. So I guess Fenrir would not be here.
He probably visits sometimes.
Sure.
Yeah. I think we can bring the other gods here. They just can't come here on their like they don't
have
like,
voting privileges or anything.
Yeah.
They can get a visitor's pass though.
So let's list off who we have here. So obviously we have Hela, the Morrigan, Joe, and Meredith. Mm-hmm. Apollo, Mars, Nemesis, and Loki.
Yes, that's everybody.
That's the 8. Okay. Is everyone in attendance?
Yes.
Was there? I'm assuming there's some sort of summons, right?
Yeah.
I imagine we've all, but there was probably some communication behind the scenes, and we've all agreed to meet here at this time and the place, and probably people have shown up in their own pace. Some
then I
think a few days, or
I think Joe would make an attempt to show up early, set up his food truck, and expend some godly power to like make almost a crowd out of like people coming through, and like truckers who might be on a schedule but are deciding to stick around a little while longer and hang out and have some food, so that just to have something going on when the other gods decide to show up.
Joe's making a scene
at the truck stop itself. You're talking about like at the truck stop itself, and not okay.
Yeah, just outside.
Huh.
And I'm thinking maybe he shows up half a day early to hopefully ensure that he beats anybody who would even also try to show up, but also have like time to cook everything and get the whole vibe going outside the truck stop.
Okay. Oh boy. I don't think. Okay, I think Nemesis would probably show up pretty early too.
Oh, cool.
Who else besides Nemesis might show up around the same time?
Apollo.
Apollo had to bring Mars though.
Apollo picked up Mars to make sure that Mars would be on time, and they came together.
Oh my god.
Oh, great.
Because I feel like Apollo is probably punctual. I mean, he's dumb, but I think he shows up to his commitments. He's extremely respectful.
Yeah,
he's a
I think Nemesis does not want to be stuck in a situation where she's having to have a conversation with Mars and Apollo at the same time.
Which means that they are immediately overrun her. Nemesis, what's up? Like goes in for the hug, but waits for it.
I will disintegrate you if you touch me.
Okay, no, it's cool. Yeah, what's going on? It's just
Nemesis.
It's been a bit.
Hello.
Apollo.
Give it Apollo. Yeah.
Good to see you again so soon.
Not long enough.
Wait, you saw her already?
Last week?
Where the hell was I? What? Everybody just hanging out without me. Well, whatever. All right. Cool.
In my defense, I forgot to change your name in my phone.
All right.
It's still confusing that you decided to do that.
Do what?
Name. Are we not going by Aries anymore? I'm confused.
Nah. It's like good for the like for the career and stuff.
You never explained why.
Yeah, let's go inside.
All right.
And I think looks over at the food truck, Joe, and it's just.
I feel like Joe's witnessed some of this exchange going on. Is like, okay. And
he definitely heard him coming.
Yeah.
I think literally.
Yeah, Apollo especially. He's just like, oh, they're here.
the iciest stare to the point that like maybe you're trying to get like a bowl of soup and put it on the counter, and it's just frozen solid as soon as you set it on the counter to give it to the customer.
Multinoma Joe. Hello.
He shouts a grand hello, and he goes back inside, and you see him exit out the back of the food truck a minute later with a couple of red Solo cups that he walks over to the two of you, hands it to you, and you can tell it's like it's like a mid-range beer of some kind, probably some sort of natty. And he jogs back in and comes back out with let's say a sort of like fruit and meat charcuterie for Apollo, and straight up like a well-made gyro for Mars, and just an awkward glance for Nemesis, and says, I would have liked to have gotten you whatever you would have liked, but I get the distinct impression that you don't want anything from me, so I was not able to do that.
I see not all of your wisdom has left you.
All right, go ahead, go back inside and let.
No, Odin. Of course, of course. Odin's the first one to give me a beer. Hey, what's up? Just bear hug.
He leans into it after a second. Absolutely, it's
blessings upon your home and hearth.
Guys are trying to pick each other up in a bear hug.
Yep. It hurts though. Like, you're a big guy. It hurts.
And then he goes. Odin goes ahead, and Joe goes in and grabs, throws a shoulder around Apollo as well, bringing him into it.
Yeah, he'll go for it.
Yeah.
What's happened to us? And Nemesis just heads back to the entrance.
Some of us have maintained friendships over the years.
Yeah, come on, Nem.
I hate it when you call me that. As she walks around the corner.
She'll come around.
Well, you guys are looking great. Great shape. Look what happened to old Joe, huh?
Oh, well, join the NFL. Am I right?
Oh, God. Well,
I've decided now Mars is an NFL player. That's
that okay? Yeah,
Yes.
that's where I thought
That's
you
what's
were
happening.
going with
Yes.
that. Yep.
That's what's happening.
Okay.
Good. This is good.
Okay.
well, not all of us have chances like you do, man. But I'm glad that you're out there. And I've seen you. Who does he play for?
What does Mars play for?
Who would Mars play for?
4 nerds try to come up with a football team that's appropriate for a Roman god of war.
Okay,
the
give me-
Minnesota Vikings.
I was gonna say, give me a color that Mars would gravitate to.
Red.
Atlanta.
So that went. There you go.
Yeah, if we're gonna go with I think. Well, here's okay. So those are the two thoughts. Let's do the Vikings because like Odin's bro, or does it go with the? Does it go with?
There's also the
Falcons,
Buccaneers.
We're the
Who
Buccaneers.
have like a big pirate guy.
And they are pirates.
They're pirates.
So I imagine that Mars might have been a pirate at some point.
Or at least likes pirates.
At least
Who's
really
doing
likes
better right now, or does it matter? And can
The
we
Bucks,
just say
'cause they just
You
got
can
Tom
just
Brady.
say Mars replaced Tom Brady.
I was gonna say.
Mars
He did retire.
is
No,
Is
he came out of
Tom
retirement.
Brady.
Is Mars Tom Brady? Oh fuck.
Mars is Tom Brady, guys.
I don't want that.
Quarterback
really
of the
don't
Tampa Bay
either.
Buccaneers.
Okay.
Okay,
It's happening.
Buccaneers.
Okay.
You got to get into homeopathy.
Oh, God.
God, no.
I know too much about Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Just to be
AKA
clear for the
Giselle's
internet,
husband.
I don't like Tom Brady. I just know a lot about the man.
Okay.
That sounded vaguely threatening. That's who I'm
don't
gonna
like
fight
him,
this week. It's Tom Brady.
but I know everything.
I know a lot about Tom Brady, actually. Cool.
Eric
Yes,
Kromer.
quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Purveyor of mattresses.
Oh.
Does a lot of mattress commercials.
Oh my god. Okay.
In which he
please.
looks like he wants
Are
to
we
fuck
done
a
with this
mattress.
scene? Are we moving on?
Sure.
Okay.
I feel
Mars,
like it
Mars,
resolved, but I don't know where to go from that one.
Mars is a linebacker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There you
That'll
go.
work. We can resolve it there. Apollo, I don't think ever has much to say unless somebody prompts. Head empty.
I feel like Joe would mostly just be trying to stuff their face with food and beer. Just like chumming up for sure, but I don't feel like there'd be a whole lot of anything substantial. He likes these guys, but I don't think he thinks either one has a fucking brain cell between them.
They share a brain cell.
Especially this
They
guy.
actually
thing.
share it. They pass it back and forth.
They pass it
Yeah.
back and forth, and today Mars has it, I think. We'll see.
Sounds about right.
We'll see how things develop.
The men in this pantheon are useless.
They serve a purpose.
They do serve a purpose.
What?
They're nice to look at, I bet.
Okay.
Very.
Give Joe
Or
time.
some of
Very
the
nice
people in
looking.
this
Give Joe
pantheon.
time. You haven't given Joe a chance yet.
One of them never shows up. The other two show up to too much.
They show up, turned up to 11 every time.
Yeah.
Every single time.
I wish they'd show up less.
I like the idea that Apollo is really dumb, but is also like an attorney.
Yeah.
I love that.
He's head because we had made the Apollo justice joke, but like I feel like maybe he's actually like the God lawyer, and his
Well,
head
yeah,
is
we-
empty
yeah.
because it's stuffed full of lawyer stuff, and he doesn't have room for anything else.
He's
And
got
also
that
the sun
perfect-
damage.
He's got that like perfectly coiffed haircut
Uh-huh.
and like the just barely 5 o'clock shadow.
He
beard,
looks-
you know?
If you imagine
salt,
a
pepper.
guy named Brady, that's
Yeah.
what he looks like.
Immediately
Yeah.
image in my mind.
That's-
Whenever
I've
you're
got it.
thinking, that's what Apollo
Right
looks
there.
like. You went to
Brady.
California, and when you stopped at a food truck, you met a friendly guy named Brady.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
I'm
Apollo.
imagining both
Except
Mars
he's an attorney.
and I'm imagining that both Mars and Apollo are both smart in their own way. They're
sure.
just only smart in their own way.
They contribute something very specific to the group.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was I'm having a brain fart here. What was the name of the actor who played Rick Grimes's best friend, the bad guy?
Oh, in The Walking Dead?
Is that John Bernthal?
The one who plays the Punisher?
Yeah.
John
Yeah,
Bernthal.
John Bernthal.
Okay. Mars? That's a little bit what I'm envisioning. Like the
I could see
portrayal
that.
doesn't, but I
Yeah.
could see
As a
him-
bro.
I could
as
see
a
him
bro.
doing
Like
that
But he
as a bro.
smiles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
John
Yes.
Bernthal's a bro.
Yes.
Yeah, because
I love this.
John Bernthal is like so sweet and stuff. Like I could not imagine him
yeah,
acting like this,
he
but if he
seems like the
acted like
greatest.
like a frat guy, yes, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, that's my headcanon and I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, done.
Gotta think of it.
And for those out there that think that we're just wasting time right now, this is important character like creation here. Like
Yes.
It's important in
investment.
good society that you know what people look like.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you know if you want to sleep with them or not.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah. Welcome to Horny Society.
Horny
Name-
Society on Fridays, Queer Society on Wednesdays. Y'all, I'm covering the gambit. I love it.
Oh boy.
Digress.
Okay. So
Ooh, okay, so after the boys, who shows up next?
Meredith shows up precisely on time, gets out of her town car, is wearing just head to toe Lululemon and sunglasses, sees the food truck situation, like pulls up the little collar on her Lululemon like sweatshirt a little higher to cover her face, and then just immediately walks inside.
I think out of the corner of your eye, you might see Joe step out of the truck with a plate of like dolmas in his hands, and then he sees you just zooming past and kind of like half-heartedly waves and goes back inside the truck.
Dolma is really good. She veers back, like goes around the back, grabs the plate. Thank you.
Of course.
And then goes back around and runs back inside.
See you inside.
I think Hella probably shows up soon after.
I'm gonna go with
I want some dolmadas. Damn. Sorry. Anyway.
a tomato bisque with fresh basil and I'm gonna gamble on it. A drizzle of heavy cream around the top of the soup,
I like it.
and
Hi,
a
Joe.
hug, like an arm extension, like an opportunity for a hug.
It's like a side hug.
Do a side hug. He gives you the full arm. Like he doesn't give you both arms because you're side hugging him, but one big, warm, kind of wet arm is just wrapped around you for a minute.
Hi, Joe.
It's good to see you. I'm gonna go ahead and wait for everybody else. You don't have to hang out here. I'm sure it's much cooler inside.
Yeah, I'm gonna head inside. Oh, just sort of shoves into his hands like just a duffel bag that's like stuffed full of stuff. That's from Miranda.
He opens it up and looks inside.
It's a bunch of like very expensive clothes that have maybe half of them have been worn like once.
Oh,
I'm trying something new.
I love this. Thank you so much. I'll let her know.
Oh,
I'm
and,
actually Miranda is not there for this, by the way. Like, it's
Right.
not-
No, I think she's
Yeah.
on this.
Oh,
I also
and,
think Joe probably has some like a good community of friends to ensure that, and not just now, but because he's busy a lot, that she's taken care of outside of school in a healthy environment, not just, guess I'm gonna go sleep on the street tonight because Dad's in Texas or something.
Yeah.
Oh, and tell her thanks for the package. It was nice.
Oh, of course, I will. She'll love that.
This goes inside.
So I guess the Morgan's the only one that's not there yet. If it was that it
Loki.
for Hella? Okay.
Yeah, they just go inside.
Well, I think Morgan probably shows up soon after. Isn't going to be late. And there is a, I think just appears in your truck, Joe. It's just knowing that this is going to happen and that we're going to have a conversation on the way in anyway. There's like a flutter of wings almost, sounds like inside the truck, and with like a cloud of like dispersing black feathers, the Morgan just appears.
I think Joe is like bent over a cutting board chopping some vegetables, and without turning around, he goes, "It's awful flashy."
She leans back against the door, crossing her arms. I think she's dressed as she normally is, isn't expecting anyone to see her as she goes inside, and just says, "Not quite as flashy as you starting a food festival right outside of our meeting spot."
Oh, and he looks outside at like 10 or 20 people and goes, "It's hardly a festival. It's just a little festive. It's a grand occasion we're having."
Aye, it is a grand occasion, and a secret one at that. I can't imagine that anyone inside, especially Nemesis, is going to find this charming, to say the least. I don't know if this was an attempt to sway them to your favor, but this may be another mark on your record, Joe.
It's just a funny thing that you all think that I'm trying to get out of something. Also, do you really think I'd be so foolish as to try to twist Nemesis's opinion of me with a little bit of fanfare?
I don't think so.
If I'm going to take this ride, and I'm gonna have some fun along the way. And don't worry, I don't think that even with this little gathering going on, that this location is in jeopardy. And if it is, who cares? Look at a new one, right? I hear what you're saying, Morrigan. Your counsel has always been something important to me, but get off my ass a little, would you? Oh, and he reaches down and he pulls out a 16-inch, opens up the oven and pulls out a pan-seared, he finished those off in the oven, by the way, that's important, a pan-seared 16-inch ribeye, and he lifts from a small container a spoon of what looks like an herb mixture butter and just holds it over the plate and looks at you like,
I'll take it to go.
He puts the butter in a little ramekin and packs it just in case you decide that you don't want it. And he makes a little to-go box for you. A big to-go box.
Takes the food before she leaves, though. Turns around and says, do you know how many warriors I've watched die over the centuries?
I don't have an exact number, but we've watched them together for a fair amount.
I'm sure you've seen the same that I have. None of them ever expect the end until it's there.
Endings are just beginnings. Let me pack up. I'll see you inside.
Without another word, leaves.
As the Morrigan exits, she is immediately faced with one of the festival goers outside, and they look get right up in her face, and then from behind them, someone pantomimes stabbing them in the back. They play act and fall down, and then she looks around and realizes that the entire group is now effectively pantomiming a very brutal battle right in front of the food truck as they all pretend to slaughter one another right around her. And then eventually all of them are just laying on the ground with their tongues sticking out.
Dude, you're doing some Cthulhu, some King in Yellow shit here.
None of them are injured. Like they were all play acting. Like it was just pantomime.
Mutters, it's very funny, Loki. It's very funny.
He's leaning against the wall toward the entrance, smoking a cigarette.
It's disrespectful as always.
What do they say? It's my brand.
We'll see how that turns out for you.
It's working for me so far.
I'll see you inside.
Finishes a cigarette.
Clean up your mess. Heads in.
They immediately stand up off of the ground and go about their business like nothing happened. Loki will follow her inside soon after. Doesn't even look back at Joe.
Well, Joe packs up and follows in behind at the end then.
All right. And as Joe enters, I imagine the rest of the Panther, everybody's sitting in their seat, all 8 around the table.
Hella sat directly across from Nemesis on purpose.
I'm imagining like each seat, and like obviously it can be like morphed through people's like where they want to sit, is like as each person sits down, like at the table and their chair and stuff is like burned into the wood, like their symbol or whatever is like marking their space at the table as they sit down. So, I'm trying to think of how this would start. I guess probably Nemesis would, being the most official one here, probably start things off. I assume we all know why we're here at this point, or do some of us need a reminder? Looks over pointedly at Apollo and Mars.
Yeah. Let's get this party going.
I believe we're all clear.
Right. This party. Well, I suppose since this is the first gathering of the 8 of us around the table, we'll mark this as the true start of the cycle. Now, we must address the fact that one of us has been in derelict of their duties for several years now.
As she's saying this, Joe is noisily eating he's got like a styrofoam plate with some German potato salad, a bratwurst, and a bag of potato chips, just like he got it in the truck stop on the way in, like a bag of Lay's potato chips, and he's just noisily eating. And he's got his sandaled, no socks, but sandaled, like Velcro sandaled feet on the table, and has also turned his chair into a lawn chair. Hasn't said anything, but I just want to point out that he's kind of actively being a dick.
Does the accused have anything to add?
I mean, a little barbecue sauce would be good, I think, but some might argue that barbecue sauce doesn't go well on a brat. Oh, you mean... No. This is all you guys. I'm just here.
Really pleading your case well, Joe.
Well, I suppose we must discuss and agree on proceedings. All in favor of exiling him on the spot, then?
You know full well no one's gonna agree to that. And your your attitude doesn't exactly strike me as impartial.
I mean, like, he got me a beer. Like,
you all know my domain ensures that our divinity is kept sacred, and I stand for the purpose of punishing those that disrespect or sacrilege the gods.
Gods, do we know?
I apologize if my outburst there was out of line.
Loud belch. Sorry. Oh, that just came out of me. I know that was rude. I didn't mean that. It was just, you're doing great. Continue, please.
The truth of the matter is that the Concord, the Pact, whatever you choose to call it, has been broken. Joe was the first to arrive, and as such should have waited and greeted the rest of us. And we all should have been present during the final arrival to begin the cycle. Instead, unnecessarily delayed the start of the cycle and hid his presence from us. We would not have even known he was here had it not been for the actions of his daughter.
regardless of the timing, he made himself known. He's here now, in all of his glory.
On Zoom. Right, Mars? That means I am here in my...
Yeah. Yeah. What do you say? Leans over to Apollo.
I am here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
But-
see, these guys get it.
This is thrilling, as always. But I suppose Nemesis is right. We do need to decide on proceedings before making any decisions here. We don't have a precedent in place for a situation such as this. Back when the last members of the Pantheon were being exiled, we were still killing each other. So, unless we're planning on going back to that now, we should probably come up with some sort of proceeding.
If we are going back to that, I get to be in charge of that committee. Just
Right. So, I suppose, Nemesis, you're going to nominate yourself as being the judge for this proceeding? Nemesis just nods. Does anyone have any objections to that?
The subject of impartiality was already brought up. And given that this is unprecedented, it would hardly do to put this in one person's hands. So I nominate that we have co-counsels, if you will.
seems fair.
So you're saying we should have some sort of tribunal instead of a judge and jury?
I was just going to say someone keep Apollo busy. I mean, they are a lawyer, aren't they? Something.
I am an attorney.
Right.
There you go.
You are.
We're going to model this after mortal proceedings of justice and the like. As you said, impartiality will still be a problem. Who makes the final decision? Are the 8 of us to vote? In which case, that would make it even more likely that we will be unable to come to a full decision. Considering there are even a number of us, unless we exclude Joe from the voting, which seems fair to me.
I reckon it does. If impartialities matter.
So perhaps then the easiest way is for us to come with a date and Joe to present his case to the 7 of us and trying to sway each of us to whatever it is that he justifies his behaviors.
We do have a strong history of decision making as a group.
Perhaps we say in 6 months' time then.
Yeah.
A long leash there, Morrigan. Are you sure I won't just run off between now and then?
If you do, then we'll kill you.
Oh,
I'd like to give
Exile.
you plenty of time to prepare your case, Joe.
all right.
Perhaps we think on this for the evening, talks amongst ourselves. If someone has a different proposal, we can discuss it.
Why not tomorrow? Like you said, I've been gone a long time. I don't feel like there's any reason to delay proceedings. Do you?
Hey, Joe?
I don't mean the trial tomorrow, mind you. I just mean, why don't we get back together and talk again? Yeah?
Tomorrow we will make a decision and come to it consensus amongst the group then as to how we are to proceed.
Seems fair.
Or
All right then, with no objections. I'm tired.
Mars grabs Apollo by the shoulders and just goes, "Woo! Time to party!"
Yes.
Right. Party. Hella, could I speak with you for a moment?
Sure.
Mars is manifesting shots on the round table.
Perhaps somewhere quieter.
I kind of like his new brand.
I missed when he caused actual bloodshed.
Of course you do.
At least he was more interesting then.
So.
And I think the Morrigan will leave the room. I assume that some of the other gods might be retiring to their own chambers and stuff as well, but heads to what would be her chambers with Hela. Do we want to set up any, before we start this scene, do we want to set up any other scenes that are going to be happening? So we know like what we should pivot to? Or do y'all want to see where this goes first?
So much could happen.
So much could happen. Y'all do your thing first, and then we'll think about it. We'll think about it
for a bit. Okay, leads you to her room, and I think probably like a long corridor that slowly transitions from this like white marble to something like dark, like stonework, and ends at a very like ancient looking like wooden door. She pushes it open, which opens smoothly and quietly into a chamber, which is a weird combination of like medieval Gothic and like modern, like hyper modern aesthetic. So like the furniture and everything in here is kind of like black glass that's like twisted and spiraled, and has like a very again like is clearly like modern, but has this like ultra like Gothic like aesthetic to it. And then perhaps over like there's like a big window, like single plate glass window on the far side with like a sliding door on it that leads out to a balcony that oversees this just like this like field of like rolling green hills and grass, and this like low thundercloud that's just rolling across it, that is like just drizzling rain out across the fields of what is probably an approximation or like an exaggeration of like the fields of Ireland. And she turns to look at you as soon as the door's closed and says, "Is your grandfather an idiot?"
Sorry, was that not a rhetorical question?
Perhaps not. Perhaps it is. I could have stabbed him right there.
And you're yelling at me about it. Why?
Because I don't yell at men. I stare at them, I manipulate them, but I don't... It's not worth it.
That's why they don't want to sleep with you.
Right. That's why I choose not to associate with them most times. I'm going to try to get him as much time as I can. Truth be told, I like Odin more than some of the others. If there was any that were on the chopping block right now, I can't say that I'd stand up for them the same way that I would for him. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to put my neck out for him, as it would be.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to do what I can to give him time to sway perhaps some of the others to his side. I don't know what his plan is here.
Well, it's not
I
going to
don't
be
know.
that. What do you want from me?
I need you to explain to me, or find out, why he is acting like this. What his purpose is here.
He's here because we made him show up. He doesn't want to be here.
But what does he accomplish by disrespecting the Pantheon and not and abandoning his duties?
He's doing what he wants to do.
But why?
Because he wants to do it.
There has to be more to it than that.
I feel like he made it pretty clear when we had dinner, whatever it was, last week. He doesn't want to do this anymore.
What was clear to me when I spoke with him last is that he was not going to be forthright with me in what he's trying to accomplish here. I've known Odin for longer than most here in the Pantheon have. And he always has a plan.
So if you know him so well, what do you need me for?
Because he's more vulnerable around you, it seems. Perhaps more likely to share with you.
It's not a vulnerability, it's guilt.
Either way, use it to your advantage.
Now, hold on. You're not gonna stand here and talk to me like I'm one of your weird puppets, okay? We're on equal footing here. So if you need me, what's in it for me?
What is it that you want?
Lots of things. Headline gigs, money, more hats. I'm into hats right now. My father locked up in his own special corner of the underworld. And I've been thinking about getting a cat.
So I see that your animosity towards your father has not faded over the years.
No.
What if I proposed that someone were to be forced out, but it was not Joe? What if we find some way to spin this to make your father appear to have manipulated Odin? There's precedent for it in the past, sure. It wouldn't take much evidence to have anyone believe that.
So it'll make everyone think Loki's behind it. That what? He twisted Joe's mind or convinced him to act like a jackass?
The way that Odin is behaving right now, that would seem more logical. He's acted enough out of character that it probably would not take much convincing to sway others to believe that.
And then what? Exile Daddy instead?
That would be the long and the short of it.
Okay.
And once your father is out of the Pantheon, then he's fair game. You can do whatever you like with him.
Fine. We push Loki out. With the understanding that we're not replacing him with someone new.
Aye.
I want his seat.
You want Loki's seat? As you said, we're all on equal footing. I don't know why that would be important to you.
I want what he has. And what I have. I'll put my feet up in it.
I always knew you had daddy issues, but... Fine.
My brother's a wolf man. My other brother's a snake. And my aunt's younger than me. My family's a little mixed up.
Your family is strange. I could make that happen.
What are you getting out of this?
I suppose me saying a smile on your face wouldn't be enough.
No.
I'm
I know you
getting
don't
what
like
I
me that
want.
much.
And that's all that matters. Perhaps, if all goes to plan, we get to know each other a little better. I'll explain more.
Deal.
You'll have to get Odin to go along with this, you know.
I have some thoughts.
Right. I'll leave the family drama to you then. And I'll work my magic behind the scenes.
Teamwork. Who'd have thought? And maybe you'll get your bloodshed after all.
Maybe I'll what now?
Get the bloodshed you want.
We can only hope.
I have some other things to
Please.
attend to. Cool space.
Thank you.
I like the glass.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Good night, Morrigan.
Good night, young Ella.
Why does everyone do that?
So I don't know if it's worthy of a full scene because again, I mean, actually, I could watch Mars and Apollo talk all fucking day long, but I think to not really involve himself with anyone in particular, Joe has taken it upon himself to create a space where there is like a table tennis table, but with beer pong cups set up, and is just encouraging the boys to play and is just kind of pseudo refereeing, cheerleading both of them along until and or if anyone approaches him with any salient conversation. That's his full out, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Ella does want to talk to him.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the scene when you come back out.
I do love this with the background
It's very
of the
good.
Muscle Bros playing
Shouting about
table
Beautiful.
tennis.
It has to bounce
and then it in the cup.
I've heard that. Yeah. Yeah.
That seems like a house rule, but okay.
Well, it's both our houses, so we have to agree.
I feel as though you're just jealous that I'm strong enough to throw it directly into the cup.
I'm not jealous. We just have to play the same way.
All right. Fair's fair. We'll bounce it into the cup.
Yes.
There was a moment there, Sid, where I thought you were about to go like Schwarzenegger with Apollo, and like I was gonna lose it. I was out of this game. I was like, "We're not with Apollo, with Mars." I was like, "No, I'm not." Put my foot down. I'm back. I'm DMing this again. Okay.
We now know Val's limit, and it's Schwarzenegger.
It's Schwarzenegger. Wow. Real party.
You want to play?
No, thanks. Appreciate it, though. I don't really drink beer.
Well, we could play with something else. You wine? You do wine.
As much fun as chugging an entire cup of wine with you sounds like, I need to talk to Joe.
All right, fine.
You've heard it, gentlemen. Well, you guys just go ahead and keep this going. I want both of you to keep track of score, and when I come back, we'll compare the numbers, okay? And he turns around and he goes off.
If you find the tequila, I'll play with you.
Bro, where's the tequila?
I got a bottle on the truck. Let me have this conversation. I'll come back and we'll sort out some festivities. All right, boys?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, hold on. Should we sit in your domain or mine?
I've been in your domain enough for the last week. No offense.
That's fully fair. Why don't I see what you like, huh?
All right. Go to Hella's space. It's goth. It's the room is like it's not messy, but it's like packed full of there's stuff all over the walls and there's furniture shoved into corners and it's nice. And it's all very nice and like it's all comfortable stuff. It's all probably very expensive. But there's like band posters all over the wall and like just all kinds of shit everywhere. There's like shelves of things. And lots of like there's a whole shelf of like books and just like stacks of like decks of like tarot cards and like pendulums and symbols and all kinds of stuff just like hanging around everywhere. But the room is split exactly, and one half of it is black and the other half of it is white, and on the floor in two designs that kind of like split off from each other, matching tattoos that Hella has. On the white half of the room, there's this design on the floor of like a black raven, and then on the black half of the room, on the floor, there's a white like heron design.
Wow, very avant-garde, yeah?
Thank you.
I like it. It's a big step up from wet caverns and piles of skulls. We've come a long way, haven't we?
I worked hard to get here. Have a seat.
Thank you. So, what's this about?
You showing up here and acting like a jackass. Morrigan shouted at me.
She did what?
Morrigan shouted at me. As in, we were in a room together and she showed emotion. Because of you.
my first thought was some probably misguided parental defensisms, but you're right. It's perhaps a more shocking thought that she shouted.
Oh yeah, raised her voice. Eyebrows even went up a little bit.
What'd she say?
She asked me why you were acting like such a jackass. And in so many words, basically, if you had a death wish. And what was wrong with you. And, yeah. Things like that. So, I just want to be clear. In the technical sense, I'm on your side. I don't really want you to be exiled. I don't really want you to be murdered. But if everybody's going to keep coming to me to justify your behavior, we're going to have to talk about your behavior. Also, do you have a death wish? You put your feet up on Morrigan's sacred table or whatever.
Sacred table?
I don't know. She thinks everything is sacred and she's not pleased. But I'm not going to keep getting shouted at because you think it's funny to put your sandals on the table and talk about barbecue sauce at important meetings.
I do think it's funny, but
yeah,
I'm sure you might recognize that is not all that's going on here. Admittedly, I don't like it that you got shouted at all. But me coming back, that's just the beginning. It's gonna get so much worse.
Yeah. Beginnings, endings are beginnings. Take this. It's dangerous to go alone. What's your game?
All right, you want to know my game? Want to know?
Yeah.
Okay. Why should I trust you? I love your kindness. I love this. No, what's the word of repartee that we have. But either I'm an idiot or a madman, or I have a plan. In either case, me trusting you means nothing, or should I, right?
Joe, I would never ask you to trust me.
Ask you to trust me. We're fucking gods. When was the last time any one of us deserved it? Trust me. We have faith. Faith. We have faith. By the truckload. But when was the last time any one of us did anything deserving of trust? Well, I tell you, I need you to trust me, and I'll bargain it. I'll let you know a little bit. If you want to know a little bit.
That's the second time somebody has said that to me today, and my patience is wearing thin.
Well, we are here in this cosmic space. Isn't that what fucking happens here? Why do you think I don't want to be here? But I'm here. Gonna play by these rules, right? I'll sweeten the deal. I'll make it not a fucking deal. I will just tell you.
That's what I asked for in the first place, but glad you finally got there on your own, old man. Are you done with your tantrum?
Yeah, that's fine. All right. So, Nemesis, the fact that she hates me, is good.
She hates everyone, Joe.
But they're really gonna hate me. This is not me being an idiot. This is not me being a jackass for my own pleasure. I do have a plan.
But you're not going to tell me what it is.
Not all of it, no. I don't know all of it yet.
Of course you don't, because you're not an idiot. But you are a madman.
I've been called that and a great many other names. But madman a lot, yeah. Also, I'm not going to bring this up as part of the trial. But I wandered for centuries when mankind was young. I was the wanderer king. My own people had problems, had issue with my absence as an early god. Now I'm gone for a handful of years and suddenly it's an issue. Doesn't it seem like priorities have shifted? Like we've changed? Let me ask you this, man. Does it seem like it's all for the better?
I don't think you've given it enough a chance to be able to find out one way or the other.
I think that much could be said more so for the rest of the Pantheon.
Change is hard. We're getting used to it.
Maybe so. I know you want to know more. I'll give you one question, and I will answer it honestly. I might not answer it fully, but I will answer truthfully. And again, this isn't for ploys, this isn't for alliances. It's because you're my granddaughter. That's all.
Are you going to tank this trial on purpose?
I already said I might as well have summoned you all anyway.
I was really going to try to help you.
Was?
Still considering it. Morrigan even had a whole plan. I came down here to talk to you because she wants me to get you on board.
Bored?
But you have to want to stick around, is the thing. So if you're going to throw the game...
I'm not throwing anyone's game but myself. I'm giving up everything that I want in life to come back in here and do my duties.
Oh, tell me how hard it is to be a powerful man, Joe. Are you done? I'm giving up everything I want. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. As if you've ever done anything that wasn't for selfish reasons.
People can change.
Yeah, but you seem to hate it when the rest of us do it. Make up your fucking mind.
You know what I like about this new version of you? Maybe it's just the absence, I don't know. And everyone. You keep surprising me. wasn't expecting that. I don't know what it means yet, but keep it up. I like it. Anyway, I can tell you're pissed. I'll give you some space unless there's anything else you want to say.
There's a lot of things I want to say. You gotta make up your mind, Joe. Either people change or they don't. But I'm not gonna waste my time and energy on somebody who doesn't want to be helped. You have to want me around.
Oh, I do. If it were just that, if that were the only condition, the only expectation, yeah. There are so many years of your life I missed out on, and I would definitely do anything to get those back, but I can't, you can't, we can't. I have more than earned your judgment, and I won't stop it.
Not judgment at this point, Joe. It's pity. And you don't know me well enough to know what my expectations are. So, you can make an effort, or you can fuck off.
Well, unfortunately, at this particular moment, I have to fuck off. But I hope that perhaps you'll forgive that, like my many other mistakes and mistakes. Not poor choices, but just this isn't one of those. Anyway.
You know what?
Oh, I know.
Just say that. All father my ass. Hella leaves.
So wait, you leave your room?
Mm-hmm. She just walks out.
Yeah. I like to think that as you leave, the room kind of leaves with you. And Joe is just standing in like mostly nothingness, but like
Liminal
kind of
space.
liquid nothingness around his feet. And he thinks about the day he found out about your birth. He remembers a time, an ancient time, and as he remembers it, the tall pines begin to lift up around him, and the pale blue dawn and the snow and the sound of wind. And I think he's probably in a mead hall of a godly palace, a Norse palace, which is to say probably just a fortress with extra latrines. But two mead halls, but he's in one of those mead halls.
Priorities.
And he is, I think it is very, very late, very, very early or very, very late, depending on how you view it. after a battle against some giants that he and the rest of the Aesir just succeeded in. And he's the only one left awake in the mead hall. And he's sitting there with some mortal woman on his lap that he's tickling, and she's giggling and stuff. As I'm calling on you, Sid, Loki comes in a long time ago. Let's make it happen, Captain.
Okay.
This feels like a flashback.
This feels
I'm
like
so
a flashback.
excited.
I feel like I need a flashback transition. We need to have a lost sound effect that just goes. And we
Don't
go into
tempt me. I'll
flashback.
make like a star wipe or something.
They will do it.
I mean, it's full on Devil Like Me by Rainbow Kitten. Surprise, everybody in the chat. Go check out that song. That's what's playing right now.
I'm sad to say Loki at this time does not have a mullet.
Damn.
I know. It's a bummer. It doesn't make too much sense.
Do you see if the thing where they only shaved like the top of their head? Is that like is that like medieval mullet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Friar haircut?
Yeah.
It's a friar haircut. I'm going with this as a character choice in every century, regardless. Just Loki's hair is fucked. Yeah.
He's got
every
the
time.
worst haircut for the time, no matter
For that
what
time.
time it is.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, I like
So
that.
friar haircut. Yeah. I dig it. Oh, father.
Ah, Loki, my son. Hello, welcome. What a grand occasion, no? I didn't see you out on the battlefield. I assume you had some mischief you were up to, and he tickles the woman on his lap.
No. Sadly.
Oh, what is there to be sad about? We just won a great victory. Our lands grow, my son.
Our family grows, father.
What? What? And he stands up, kicking it. The woman falls off his lap. And says,
This woman is going to come back and be the big bad evil. I'm just saying.
You have a child. With whom? With whom, my boy? Tell me, who is my first grandchild?
We've named her Hela.
Loki, it's beautiful. I didn't even know you had a woman. What's her name? Who is she?
I call her Angie.
Angie. Of what tribe?
The important thing is the child is of you, family.
Well, of course, but also of you too, my boy. What is this long face that you have? It is not like you to be so obviously circumscript.
To bring new life. Not something I'm used to.
It is hard to be a father. Challenges are many. You will face them, though, with cunning and guile, I am sure. Wait, do you remember when you cut off Sig's hair and you made Thor impersonate a woman to get his hammer back? You tricked the dwarves twice? Come on, this is funny. What?
Turns to the woman on the floor. He tells the story every time he's had too many nails.
Oh, he tells the story often enough himself. But please. My son, we ramble on too much. You must show me your daughter, Hela.
Come.
Where's Hela's crib? What is this place like?
I don't know. You're the Norse dude. You tell me.
Sorry. Stone building. Stone. It's all stone. Stone room.
It's all stone.
It'd either be stone or it'd be thatch. I don't think Odin would live in that thatch building. So, so you take him to, but I mean, is it like his quarters? Is it?
Yeah.
Where? Okay. And I assume the mother is not around. Like present in the room.
Sure.
Definitely be adding a third person to that scene.
Yeah, nah, we don't need to do that. So yes, to simplify, she's asleep elsewhere.
So I think we would come to the room and Odin would approach the crib and regardless of like Loki's position, he's kind of like looking back on her to his side and kind of like, hey, why are you dragging ass? Come on, let's go look at your baby. And he looks down and I'm imagining that Hela is turned on her side at the moment and is just, the beautiful baby girl that she was. And Odin goes, oh, lovely, and reaches his arm down into the crib and kind of scoops the baby up, turning her on her back, and sees the fully rotted side of Hel, and just drops the baby back into the crib, like 3 inches. I don't mean like plat splat, but I just mean like barely picked up. Yeah.
I've been a ghost the whole time.
And he steps back and he says, What trickery of yours is this, Loki?
She's mine.
Don't tell me that monster, that beast, that is not of the Acer, that is not of my blood. Loki, my friend, my brother, my son, you cannot stand here. Tell me that you brought that into this world.
Tell me what you would like to hear, Father.
Is Loki within arm's reach?
I think I'm going to regret saying this, but yes.
Catches a backhand, unless he expertly dodges that shit. Catches a backhand and says, truth, not your lies, not your trickery. You will respect me. You will respect your father. You will respect the Aesir. And you will tell me that this horrible abomination is not of your blood.
They are not of my blood. He turns and walks out of the room.
Odin looks down at the baby Hela and says, He's only a good liar when he wants to be. He picks Hella up out of the crib and he walks to a window. And he holds her out the window for a moment. And the moment is pregnant. It's long. But then he comes back inside. Puts her down in the crib. She's crying and cold. Barely bothers to fling the blanket over her. Storms out of the room and slams it so hard that a shield falls off the wall, and the room is left with nothing but the sound of her crying.
I'd like to spend one resolve token here for flashback shenanigans. Is that
okay?
There is a the token. I guess this would go to probably Odin or to Joe. Is that there's a bit of a fluttering, and a raven that was perched in the rafters of the room goes sailing. It goes fluttering out of the open window.
A crow.
A raven. Well, Morrigan's holding his ravens. I think I said crows before. Ravens.
Okay.
But just to say that Morrigan witnessed all of this when it happened. Yeah. So if you accept that, then then you can take the token.
Oh yeah, Joe's life isn't messy enough yet. Let's go ahead and let's put another teaspoon of paprika in there.
All right, I will spend my token. Alrighty. Is there anything else anybody wanted to do before we wrap it up today?
Holy crap, it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does anybody else have any family issues they want to explore? No. Okay. All right.
I mean, yes, but...
Well, yeah. But that we can in the next 3 minutes.
No.
No. All
next
right.
3 centuries, maybe.
We'll continue this chapter when we get back. I'm sure there will be more visitations amongst the gods during this evening. Who knows? But yeah, we'll come back for that next week. Good game, y'all. Good stuff. As always. We should do stars and wishes. Does anyone have a star and a wish? And or a wish?
Like so many.
I'll go first. If y'all are cool with that. Mm-hmm. Well, this isn't a conditional star, but I've got to know, how much of that were you prepared for, Sid? Or was that completely just you were just like trying?
I was given the prospect that we would have this flashback and kind of what it would entail, but no, none of the rest.
I was going to give my star to Sid.
Sentence text message.
Yeah, I was going to give my star to Sid for going along with that. The
that could have been scripted.
Yeah. Because I was assuming it was entirely just like thrown at you, and I was like, "Oh boy, Sid, what are you gonna do here?" And you did a really good job, so I was like very, very happy about that. That was very good.
Thanks.
That was just me wanting to ruin the illusion by knowing how much you knew. But
you love to look behind the curtain.
Yeah, pay no attention to me.
Yeah. Okay, and my wish will be. I want to see more of I'm imagining there have been lots of romantic dalliances between the gods or the characters and stuff like that over the years. I want to see more of those come, because we know about a couple of those. We know about like Apollo. Those are the more like recent ones. I'm assuming is like Apollo and Meredith and Nemesis and Hela. But I'm imagining there have been others over time, and so I'd like to see more of that drama play out, and any new things that come up now that all our exes live in Texas. So,
or at least
which
go to
depending
Texas when they have to go to work,
yeah.
So.
Okay, cool. But yeah, that's my wish. I guess I'll write that down.
Oh yeah, you're the one writing stuff down, huh?
Yeah.
I'll go.
Okay.
My star is also going to go to Sid, but it's specifically for Mars. Because I think him and Apollo are best friends forever.
Yeah. Forever.
And if anyone fucked with either one of them, they would instantly get the hammer. Like, amazing. I like them, and my wish is for more of their friendship. And also more romance. But I want more broskies.
I mean, those are not mutually exclusive.
They really aren't.
Yeah.
They could
More
date.
bromance.
They could date or have dated or will date. I mean,
They probably
I'm open.
fuck.
They
Yeah.
probably fuck. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got my wish. I get to think about that.
I'll go ahead and cross it out.
And Troy.
I just love the two of them so much.
It makes me really
I
happy.
posted
yeah.
this. I'm gonna post this in our show's Discord for everyone out there on chat, but I found a great meme that's perfect for the two of them, and it's Joey Wheeler from Yu-Gi-Oh! In a cage saying, "According to my math, 6 is higher than 2." And it says a fighter talking about his intelligence score to the barbarian. And that's Apollo and Mars.
Yeah, it is.
An intelligence of 6 and 2. And 1 brain cell between them.
Yep.
They're perfect for each other. I'm happy.
You're amazing.
I'm happy.
Make me happy.
That's all I have to say.
I go next. My star goes to okay, I will say this is a little bit of a cop-out, but I don't fucking care. Both conversations that Hela got to have tonight were so fucking intense, and I loved every moment of both of them. Holy shit. Yes.
I've been waiting to say all father my ass for like 6 weeks.
Yes. And it was perfect.
Character.
It was perfect. But oh god, just like the every bit of the back and forth with her and the Morrigan, and then the whole conversation with Joe. I was gonna cry. God damn it! It was really just well done, y'all. Well done. And my wish is also more romance. But I mean, hello. What else was I gonna say?
I'm just gonna put
It's
it
me.
×2.
It's been 2 sessions and none of us have kissed each other.
I know. What the fuck? Like, get on your shit, y'all. Whatever. It's fine.
I know.
You might as well go
Okay.
ahead and slap a =3 on there.
Okay. I'll put ×3.
Yeah. My wish is, I'm going to start with my wish. My wish is a little bit more conditional in that I want to see more of like the old Morrigan Odin shit. And I don't want to see a ton of it, but I would love to see some really significant moments between Odin and the Morrigan, occasionally sprinkled throughout the campaign. Yeah. Not necessarily a next session wish, but like a long-reaching personal desire for me for the campaign is one. It's a little bit more of that.
So I'll put
and-
more old school gods.
Yeah, that too. Definitely that. I love that comparison already. And I'm really torn on my star, guys. because for real, and I also feel dumb going last because they've all my reasons have all been stated. I guess if I'm gonna go for original star, I'm gonna land it. It's gonna go to Savvy, specifically for the interaction between her and the Morrigan, when the Morgan's just immediately like, hey, here's what I need, here's the deal, and Jela's just like, hold the fuck up, bitch. I am not. What did you say? I'm not one of your crazy people. What was it? What did you say?
Your little puppet.
I'm not one of your weird little
I'm not one of your
puppets.
crazy puppets. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Shit is ice cold.
I assume you have puppets of some kind.
Who says you are one?
Effigies. Yeah.
Mom?
Mom?
Who knows?
No one.
But yeah, I want to throw out an honorary. I would have to completely agree with the way that Sid handled that scene, because yeah, I sent that text out at like
The initial
Western time yesterday or something. Like it was super late for these.
It was
kids.
like 10:30 at night. I was half asleep. I literally was like, dude, I'm half asleep. And then we
And I'm
just,
like, but I have
just
an
went,
idea.
yep.
She's like, yeah, cool.
Okay,
Let's
yeah,
just do it
yes,
tomorrow.
yes.
That's great.
Flashback. Sounds good. Cool. Yep, we'll do that. Okay. And that was about it. Yep.
Yeah, well, you did stellar. And I also want to give an honorary star to Val for I love the way that you're holding the Irish and also switching between Nemesis and the Morrigan. There, I saw there was a couple of switchbacks between the two of them, and just applauding voice work out of you, my friend.
Thank you. That's all the DMing I've had to do where y'all make me talk to myself. But between all the characters that I do, I'm used to talking to myself. So
I'll
yeah.
take credit for the Irish, though.
Yeah, you did.
Who
drill
taught
that
you,
into me.
baby?
Yeah, you did. Well, cool. Does anyone... Oh, sorry. What?
Sid was saying things and I was making them other things.
Okay.
I mean,
I think
yes,
my-
and.
Yes,
and.
I'm having
Wow.
to get used to not being able to hear as well with all the hair. So
It
yeah.
takes
Welcome
some
to
getting
my
used
life.
It does. I'm getting used to. Okay. Does anyone have anything they want to plug or promote before we call it a night?
Yes. I have a 2-shot over on twitch.tv/the Hype Goblin. We're playing some Fate. We're playing in mechs. It's a mech game. I'm super stoked. RJ is running that actually. And should be a lot of fun. Very excited. It's early, y'all. I have to get up at 7:30 on a Sunday. But it is at 9:00 Eastern. For the next 2 Sundays, definitely check that out over in Hype Goblin. Should be
I was
great.
very jealous of you until you told me the time, and I was like, no.
Like, nope, never mind.
I'll catch the VOD.
They do like
after.
morning streams over there. I don't know. Sarah,
All
you're
the
a hero. I don't know how you
time.
do that.
Ugh.
Sarah, you're phenomenal, and I
Yeah.
can't wait. It's gonna be
You're
I
not
could not
following
be conscious.
twitch.tv/the Hype Goblin.
Yeah.
That's
You're
our
missing
bud,
out.
Sarah.
I don't know if I could be like mentally like aware enough of the universe to play or run a game at that time. Like, that
That's
is a
why I'm
superhuman
playing
feat.
head empty, only thoughts, rookie
Head empty
pilot.
only thoughts.
Yeah. Thoughts with a TH.
Oh, with an yeah.
Only
Yeah.
thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thoughts.
yeah. Head empty only thoughts.
Remember
Sorry,
we're so
every
many,
joke
like,
we've
meme-
ever made. On
I
this channel,
know,
please.
and it's like,
Ah.
oh, I can't keep this meme culture, you kids do. It's just-
We're all very tired. Can you
Yeah.
tell?
yeah, very. All right, we're gonna call it there because who knows what tangent we're gonna get on next.
I actually have one plug I would like to make,
Okay.
and it's a vaguely non-specific plug, but as it is the 27th, I'm not going to have another chance to make it within the month of May. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I think especially, I feel like the subject matter that we're going to have in the show, I don't think we'll get, it, hopefully not trigger anyone, but I do think that, we're going to hit some serious things, and I want to make sure that it's really important that if you're having problems, that you have the courage to reach out. There are tons and tons of resources for people out there. there's nothing shameful in asking for some advice, and that's a lot of what these resources offer at just the bare minimum. So if you have a friend, make a friendly suggestion. It's Mental Health Awareness Month, and that's my PSA.
Yeah. Take care of yourselves. Well
Yeah.
said.
Brains
Yeah.
are hard to have.
Brains are hard to have.
It's kind of
Yeah.
sucks sometimes.
Sucks to be a human. Yeah.
Yeah. Take care of yourselves and say something nice to somebody in your life. That you never know when they're going to need it.
We love you.
Yeah.
I love all of you.
Yeah, I love all of you too.
Gas up your friends.
Gas up your friends. Gas
your
them
friends.
up.
Goddamn friends.
All right. We're going to call it there before we all start crying like a bunch of babies on stream. We don't show emotions.
I've definitely cried on.
Yeah, I
channel
think we all
before.
have at some point.
I've definitely cried on the stream.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. We all did a fantastic job here tonight. I
We're
hope
really
all
good
proud
at
of
this.
stuff. Gas
We're, like,
ourselves
really
up
good.
for once.
Yeah. We're
Yeah,
really great.
we did great. We did a great job.
I got this
We killed
hat.
it.
Job.
Thank you, everyone out there,
This week
for
looks
joining
awesome.
us for this. We will see you in 1 week's time. And until then, good game and good night, Internet.